Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to another episode of Deeper Diaries. Today is another great episode. Make sure you lot watch the previous episodes. Make sure you lot like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Follow us on socials at Deeper Diaries. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Further ado.
Fair enough. Before we start, I like to play a little game.
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you, brother?
No.
Yeah? Skip that.
Skip that.
Aye.
How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. I want to play a little game. And it's going to be different
Of course
from
you do. When do you not? But before we start that, no
Yeah.
judgment allowed, yeah?
Matcha from Black Cab. When
Are you gonna
men
do
used
that?
to go to war.
Men used to go to war, and now this guy bought this for me.
I didn't buy it for you.
Say, wallahi, he didn't recommend me this? Got you there, mate.
I
Anyways,
got ice Spanish latte.
that's even worse.
That
Men used to go to war, brother. And now they're drinking...
Wait. Is ice Spanish latte as bad as matcha?
Listen, yeah, me personally, there's a reason why. When did we get this? An hour ago.
We got
There's
10
a
minutes
reason
ago.
I've only... Huh?
We got 10 minutes ago. Anyway,
Onto the podcast.
so we're going to play a little game. Before we used to ask each other Islamic general knowledge questions, today we're going to be different.
Today
All
we're
right?
going to be a different.
We're going to be different.
Okay, Allah.
I'm going to ask you a theme. It's going to be out of either prophets, sahabas, or Qur'an.
Okay.
And we both have to pick our surahs. They're going to know what surahs that we picked.
Okay.
But you don't know what surah I picked.
And I don't...
I don't know what surah you picked. But we have to ask each
So
other.
how do I figure out?
We have to ask each other. I'll say 5 questions each with 2 guesses.
Oh, is it... Okay. To
So
figure
basically,
out what
to
the
figure
surah
out,
is.
yeah, to figure out what the surah or prophet or sahaba is.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we ask each other 5 questions each, and we have 2 guesses
Okay. To snipe.
to snipe.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
All right. And what happens if I get... What if I snipe correctly without asking any questions?
Then you won. No, then I have to snipe.
Boring, brother.
Then I have to snipe
you
as
have
well.
to give our viewers...
No,
Yeah.
you'll get it. So basically, this game is called the Hashim game. I'm joking, but it's called. What should we call it?
We called it... We will call it... Guess what?
Guess
Or
Guess
guess
what?
who? Or guess who?
no. Guess what? Islamic edition. Huh?
Okay, anyways, carry
No,
on.
but anyway, okay, we'll call it.
How you
Guess.
No, it's
Anyway,
it's great.
I got Ed. So the first topic is going to be. Let's start off
easy.
Let's start easy. Prophets. All right.
Okay, I would have done surahs.
Some people will like.
Okay, how about
prophets.
this?
Go on.
Instead of both of us, let's play 1 round each.
Yeah.
So you do prophets, and
Yeah.
then I'll do Qur'an.
And we don't. We
And
don't
we'll
love.
just do 2 rounds, in fact. Yeah?
Best out of 3.
Let's start with 2.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't matter, bro. We're both winners here.
Anyway, all right, cool. So first theme is going to be prophets. I thought about a prophet.
Okay, and
And
I'm
you
going
think
to
about
questions.
Yes.
Okay.
So on the screen right now is going to be your prophet and my prophet.
No.
What? On the screen right
Only
now.
this round, only I'm guessing yours. The next round,
Oh,
you're
I'm
guessing mine.
Oh,
You
that
get
makes
it?
so much more
Yeah?
sense.
So on the screen right now will be the prophet that you're thinking of.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you guys got
it's,
that?
It's going to be there now.
Yeah.
All right,
inshallah.
cool. Khalas.
And then my aim,
It's the guess.
I don't know why I'm looking at the other camera. My aim is to figure out
Who-
what the prophet is, and I'm going to ask questions and find out clues. And how many questions am I allowed?
5 questions.
Yeah, Allah.
2
Bismillah.
guesses, yeah?
Tamam.
All right, tamam.
Aywa. Bismillah. So, first question. Is this prophet mentioned in the Qur'an
Yes.
to the best of your ability?
Yes.
By the way, you're allowed to fact check.
Yes.
It is 5 questions. Damn, I should ask a more broader question. Is there a significant story attributed to this prophet? For example, Yunus alayhi salam, if it was,
Yeah.
you guys would know if it was.
Yeah.
Is it? If it was Yunus alayhi salam, the story of the whale.
Mm.
If it was Yusuf alayhi salam,
Mm.
trying to see if you're going to give me a reaction, there's a story related to his brothers.
Mm.
So with this prophet, is there a significant story attributed to this prophet that's very famous?
That's mentioned in the Quran or just story-wise?
Anyway.
Akhi, I'll say yes because every single prophet has a story.
No, that's
It's true
that's
though.
not my question.
What do you mean?
But look,
No, that's the question though. You said-
what was the key word? Is there a significant story?
Yes, every single. You're trying to say no prophet has a significant story.
No, of course they do.
So
But is there one that when you hear the story, you just know that's the prophet?
Every single story, you know the prophet.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a full.
So that broadens down a lot.
That's a full question.
2 questions.
All
Third
right.
question. Well, I need to be smart here, innit?
You got 3 questions left. See, I'm not Hassan. You got 3 questions
3
left.
questions left. Okay. Is this prophet... Okay. Does this prophet have a family member, any family member, that's also another prophet?
That's a great question. No.
Oh, even better. Are you sure?
Yes. Allah. On a technicality,
The
astaghfirullah,
guy's talking about
astaghfirullah,
technicality.
astaghfirullah. Let me fact check this. Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, he's related to another prophet.
By what though?
You said to me, the question was, is he related to...
Father, what?
No. You said to
That
me...
was my question.
No. That's another question.
Good on. How many questions do I have left? 3
You have
left.
2 more.
2 more.
2 more, yeah.
Okay. Now I need to be
This
smart.
is such a great game.
Oh, that's such a great game. Great game. Great game.
Becoming like me now.
Um.
There should be a time.
Okay. So there's only like 5 prophets that are in my head.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to think of how I can narrow it down.
Narrow it down.
Oh, is there a surah named after this prophet?
No.
There isn't.
No.
Well.
One more question left.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
There's not Yaqub.
No.
Yaqub.
Akhi, I said to you, there's no surah related to
Are you
it.
sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
There's Ibrahim.
Yeah.
There's
Akhi,
Yusuf alayhi salam.
you doubt my knowledge.
There's Yunus. Are you sure? Yeah.
Yes.
Last question.
Last question.
Does this prophet begin with a Y?
Oh
The
my
letter Y.
days. Oh my days.
Does it? Yes or no?
You got me.
Does it?
No.
So like,
Yeah, you have to guess it now. Go on.
damn. I should have sniped before.
Oh,
What?
is it?
I thought you were gonna say actually it's got a Y.
Alright, go on.
Bro, that doesn't make sense.
When you get the prophet, you'll understand.
It's one of the eyes. So I'm gonna go
Go on.
Ismail.
Akhi. Okay, no. It's not, no.
That one's not I. Just help me. Is that I? Or something?
I'm not going to argue that.
Okay, does it have an A in the name?
Is that a guess?
No. That's,
No, I
all the
can't.
prophets have
No,
A. All the
you
prophets have a
had-
name.
Akhi.
Ibrahim has an A.
You had 5 questions, right?
Musa alayhi
You had
salam
5
has a-
questions.
No, you're right.
Yeah, there we go.
Watch when it gets to the Qur'an game. Oh, a prophet that's related to another prophet mentioned in the Qur'an doesn't have a surah named after him. What did I guess right now? Wallahi? I forgot. Ismail?
Yeah, Ismail.
Or did I say Ishaq?
You said Ismail.
I didn't say Ishaq.
No.
Got you.
That doesn't mean
So
it
it's
can't
not
be.
Ishaq.
Okay.
Bro, Allah, you know what it is? It's this match, bro. Men used to go to war, now they do podcasts and playing games.
Islamic games.
Islamic games.
Did that, innit?
plus 10 points. Okay, I'm just going to fire in the dark.
Fire in the dark.
Yeah, because I can't see what
all
I'm
right,
shooting
all
at.
right, shoot me. Shall I tell you what let you down? The
What?
questions you asked.
No, but you know what it is? If I got it right, it would have helped me.
Oh.
Okay. In that case, my final guess
Go on.
is Ishaq.
I said Ismail. I said, was it? Ismail, no, you said Ishaq.
Yeah.
Wrong. Lut.
Wallahi,
Yeah,
wallahi,
yeah.
billahi. I was going to say Lut.
Okay.
So,
So
1-0
now,
to me.
my theme, I would like you to choose.
No, it's not about I would like you
No,
to.
I would like you to choose.
You didn't let me choose.
All right, cool. Go on. Choose.
Go on.
What theme do you want? No, go on. Because I'm gonna say I want a theme, and you're gonna say to me, "Oh, we're gonna do this theme." I know you. Go on.
Go on.
No.
What do you think it is?
Companions.
No. Brother, come on.
Oh, Quran.
Quran.
Yeah, that's what I wanted anyway. Same with you.
Let me think of a surah. Yeah, good luck. You're not getting this. Go on.
You thought it was surah?
Yeah.
Okay.
5 questions.
Guys,
Bismillah.
watch this, how I mentally break this down. Okay, first question I would like to ask. Bismillah. Is this surah?
In the Quran, yes.
No. Is this surah named after a prophet? Oh, we got him.
No.
Okay, we don't have him. Is this surah from Kaf to Nas or Kaf to Baqarah?
So no Fatiha.
Huh?
So no Fatiha.
Fatiha, then whatever.
Fatiha to Kaf or Kahf to Nas?
Yeah,
Fatiha to Kahf.
Fatiha to Kaf.
Mhm.
Oh,
Good-
see,
Good luck.
So you try to be hard.
Good luck.
So I've got 3 questions left.
Honestly, you might as well give up. There's no way.
So you chose a surah that I would probably won't think of,
No.
innit?
Maybe.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's the game you play on that.
Honestly, you might as well cite. Honestly, bro, there's no point if you asking questions in it. Just good luck. You want to do me like that?
I never did you like that though. Who do you know?
No, I don't know Lot alayhi salam. I know of him, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'll ask you a question.
ما في وقت.
Is this surah
You got 3 more left or 2 more left?
3 more.
Okay.
Is this surah named after? No. Does this surah have a specific story contained in it, like within it?
No. Not a specific one, no.
It's a generic one, yeah.
Actually, you'll understand when I say the answer why I'm struggling to answer this. When you say specific, what do you mean?
Like specific story, like a
Okay,
like,
I'll give you a separate clue.
yeah.
It has a lot of stories mentioned in it. That's not going to break it down for you.
Does it mention a story of a prophet? No, I take that question back. There's a lot of stories. Actually, yeah. Does it mention no? Is it a Medini surah? Or how do you say the word? Mecca surah?
Habibi, you asked me 3 questions.
Okay,
right
okay.
now.
I'll
choose one.
Okay, I'll choose one. Is this a Medini surah?
Ask the question again.
Is this a Medini surah?
No, it's a Mecca. Yeah, it is a Medini surah.
It's a Medini surah.
Yeah, it's a Medini surah.
So this surah was released in the beginning stages of Islam. Basically, it was bringing people close in. So Medini surah.
Yeah, so this surah was revealed after the migration of the Prophet ﷺ from Mecca.
So this is released about Tawheed then. So the surah is about not Tawheed stuff like that. That was Medina. Sorry, that's not a question. No. I'm asking questions to myself. So wait, Medini means that it's all about Tawheed, and then Mecca surahs I'll believe will be more like rules and regulations. And yes, so does this surah start with H?
That's your 4th question.
No,
that's
no,
your
it's
5th
not.
question.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's my 4th question. Because
Yeah,
I
that's
asked
what you said.
No, you said 5th. Is this surah start with a H?
Does it start with a H?
Yeah.
No.
So wallahi.
Wallahi.
I'll be honest.
Wallahi it doesn't.
Oh my days.
Bro, you're not getting it. Maybe if you stuck with one of the questions that you took back, you would have had a good chance. But now you're finished. And when I tell you the surah, you're going to hate yourself.
Is this surah named after an animal?
This is your 5th question.
No, I take it back. I take that one back.
Good choice.
I was just
Good choice.
good choice, alive.
We'll shake hands at the end.
So it was released in Mecca.
Mm-hmm. No. I said it's a Medini surah.
Oh, sorry. It's released in Medina. So
Yeah.
it's about rules and regulations.
Allahu A'lam.
No, but Medina surahs tend to be
These are
more
all
like,
questions, by the way.
yes, but what I'm using my instinct. And you said it's from Kaf to Fatiha.
From Fatiha to Kaf, yeah.
Yes, okay. So would you say, and including Kaf or excluding Kaf?
Take it either way. It's not Kaf.
It's not Kaf, okay.
See? Look how many times I'm helping this brother. He didn't want to help me once.
Is it my last question? No, that's not my last question.
Do you have no more questions left? You know, genuinely, you asked like 17 questions.
I think I know what it is.
What is it?
I think I know what it is.
Go on.
I'm not gonna guess. Is this surah,
You're not getting it. Yeah, bro.
is their name named after, would you say, women?
Wait, what does that mean? A name of a woman? Or?
No, not name of a woman. No, multiple women, Sarah.
No.
So wallahi.
Wallahi.
Okay, wallahi, why you need to be on like this, bro? It's not nice.
Guess.
No, okay. Is
that-
it named after multiple women?
I said no.
So it's not Nisa.
No, it's not Nisa.
Okay. Okay, now I got 2 guesses now. So- So is that a clue?
No, that's the first ayah of Surah An-Nisa.
So I got 2 guesses left now. So I got my question ran out.
Your questions ran out 300 years ago.
All right, cool. Is it Furqan?
No.
Okay. I can answer the question. Is this surah used for protection or is it used for
Brother,
people use it every
You
day?
didn't let me answer 6
Oh, wow,
questions.
did I? Okay, second guess.
You're not getting it. You might as well give up.
I don't like to be doubted. Knowing you, okay, let me break it down now. Knowing my friend, knowing the surah
By the
he
way, I
recites.
only chose a surah because you chose a hard prophet. If it was easy surah, you would have got it by now. With all the questions that you asked. Just remember that.
Waqi'ah.
Waqi'ah?
Yeah.
No.
Nah, I'm done. What was it?
Shall I give you an ayah in the Qur'an?
Go on.
I'll give you a word.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll give you لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها.
Oh.
Where is that mentioned? Allah will not test you more than what you can bear. شهر رمضان.
It's Baqarah.
Yes.
So what did I say to you? I said it's a name after an animal.
Oh, you took that question back? Wallah, he didn't let me answer.
You.
And also, it was never a hard surah. It's mind games, bro.
Okay, let's do that round again. All right, Fez. Well done. You
Yeah.
got me there. You got me there.
This is what I'm saying.
Genuinely
Guys.
though,
Don't
wallah.
ever let the quizmaster control your mind.
Okay, one more now.
Yeah.
We both have to get something. At least common.
All right, quickly though.
Quickly one.
You're taking forever, bro.
Okay,
All right, just for that, you're finished.
so-
You give me a Quran one, and I'll give you a prophet.
no, we both do Quran.
Okay, yalla. Bismillah. Okay, you go first again, yeah? And then I'll guess.
All right, 5 questions each, yeah?
Yeah.
But minutes
Quickly, though.
Quickly, yeah? All right, cool. Is this surah named after Prophet?
I'm guessing, bro.
Oh, you're guessing. Oh, yeah. All right, go on. I have to guess. All right, go on.
No, I'm guessing.
You're
think of
guessing.
surah.
Yeah.
Do you have a surah in mind?
Yeah.
Tamam. Is the surah from Fatiha to Al-Kahf
Yeah?
or the second half?
Second half.
Okay. Is the surah named after an animal?
No.
Is it named after a prophet?
No.
It's not.
So you got 2 questions left.
Yeah. Is there a fact check this, yeah?
Yeah.
Is there a significant event
Yes.
that's mentioned in the
Yes.
I'm not
yes,
talking
yes,
about
Yes.
Yawm al-Qiyamah now.
Yes.
I'm not talking about that.
Yes.
There's a significant.
Yes.
Last question.
Oh.
Um,
I'm actually it's still generic though. It's still very broad.
you don't worry about me.
Okay, sir.
And the last question I have is it in the last 3 juz?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's not named after an animal. It's not named after a prophet. So I would dug myself in a hole.
3 justice.
Okay, one more question.
No.
I'll allow you to ask that. Take 6th question.
How can I ask this? You're the one guessing.
No, when is your turn?
There's gonna be no 10. I thought this is the last round.
No, I thought we were each guessing.
Okay, cool. Go on.
Is it in Juz Amma?
No.
You're not getting a 6th question. Bro, I have nothing to work with. Surah Al-Mulk. Yeah. No.
Shake my hands.
Say wallah.
Honestly, shake my hands. No, I'm telling
I'm
you.
good.
No, Razak, I'm telling you.
No.
Razak, shake my hand. Shake my hand. Shake my hand.
Got it wrong, innit?
Wallah, you got it right.
Say wallahi.
Wallah, you got it right.
Shut up.
Wallah, you got it right.
What is it?
Surah Mulk, wallahi.
You're joking.
Wallahi, billahi.
Nah, I don't believe you.
I said
Do a
wallahi.
backflip. What?
Wallahi, Surah Mulk.
Wow, Allah barik, innit?
Allahumma barik. All right, my
Me.
turn. Oh my days, I'm not gonna lie to you. We're taking up too much time, for this.
Oh, yeah, well, okay. Do you want to play this last round or do you want to just give me the W? You know what? If we have time at the end, we'll play it.
You know what?
To end the...
For now, we'll give Razak the W. Allahumma
Surah
barik.
Al-Mulk,
I don't know how you guessed that because yeah, but Allahumma barik. Guys, wallahi, if you want to see more of these games, just let us know, man. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, man.
Maybe we should do a whole episode on like Islamic trivia.
Games.
No,
Yeah,
wallahi,
we
wallahi,
should, we
like
should.
Islamic. Do you know when Sharky does SDS Sports here and they do
Yeah.
like SDS Mastermind?
Yeah.
Imagine doing like Islamic trivia Mastermind.
Wallahi, it'd be amazing.
Bro,
Let's do it.
it's amazing. Yeah.
Shout out.
All right. Without further ado, the topic we want to talk about today is going to be about emotional intelligence, and I really just want this to be a conversation, like us just going back and forth, giving each other our peace of mind about this topic,
Okay.
and shedding more light into this basically, and seeing what we have learned
Yeah.
about this topic. So the question I would like to ask you and start off is like, how would you describe emotional intelligence to someone that doesn't know?
Oh,
Great question.
to be fair, I think you can give multiple definitions to emotional intelligence, but I think it's the ability to understand and empathize with someone in any situation, whether you're angry, whether the other person's angry, whether you're happy, whatever situation is, whatever time you're able to understand, empathize, and yeah, with that other person.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I agree with that as well because it's all about, communicating with other people, whether that be your siblings, whether that be your work colleagues, whether
Yeah.
that be your significant
Yeah,
other,
that's the other thing I would have added, no
It
matter who it is.
no matter who it is. Because I feel like emotional intelligence differs from different people, right?
Yeah, it does.
So with your parents, it's different to your significant other. With your significant other, it's different to your siblings to your friends. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But I feel like what I really want to hit base with majority of the time today, or the topic is going to be with friends.
Okay.
Because
Or
I want to start off with friends.
or relationships in
Relationships, like
any
'cause-
relationship,
to be
friends,
fair, you know what it is?
family.
Any relationship. But I want to start off with friends, right?
Okay.
And I want to give you a scenario,
Yalla.
and then you tell me an advice, and vice versa. We'll go from there, and let's talk about it right now, yeah? So, for example, I'll give you a scenario that I went through in it, which is like, I never really understood emotional intelligence like that, university times. Like, even in the beginning of the podcast, I feel like I'll still come to terms with it. And I feel like the podcast made me really understand emotional intelligence to an extent because I feel like being raised in a a house, cultural house, and like following like a father's footsteps or male.
Yeah.
I figure that's a male
Yeah.
dominant household. I feel like emotional intelligence isn't really present because it's more like just do this, do that. Like you don't really open up to your father, I would say. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I feel like you really, like me as well, me personally, I wouldn't really want to open up to my mum as well because I wouldn't want to burden her with any information that I have, knowing the stress that she probably already goes through. So it's like, who do you vent to? And then now when I get into friends and that, it's like, do you really want to vent to your friends? Because it's
So
like,
you bring those same characteristics into your adult life.
friendship groups. Because I feel like the reason why I'll say before I wouldn't vent or open up to my friends is because it's like, what's the need? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I feel embarrassed as a man to come talk to my friends about something that
you're going through,
right?
Yeah.
I'm more like, keep it all in and then let whatever be. But then I realized whenever you let whatever be, you just one day explode and you explode at the wrong person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But I feel like the theme of, not venting to other people should be revisited or changed because I feel like you do need to vent to other people
100%.
and having that close friend should be someone that you vent to because maybe I realize also as well maybe you're not really close to that person then if you don't feel like the need to vent to them because is that really your friend if you don't feel like comfortable enough to open up to them?
I agree.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. So the first thing I would say is when it comes to venting, it doesn't have to be your friend, right? It can be anyone that you trust.
True.
It can be your family member. It can be your work colleague if you trust them. That is, or in most scenarios, your friend. Your friend is typically the number one that people would go to, right? And the point you mentioned about bottling up and one day it's going to explode is true. And I think that's a very common theme that people go through. One, because they feel like people won't understand them. So it's like, what's the point of me telling my friends? What's the point of me telling my cousin or whoever it is? What's the point of me telling my mum? They're not going to relate to what I'm going through because they will never know what I'm going through because they can never last a day in my shoe, whatever it is. But if you keep your problems to yourself, anyways, this is everything I'm saying, by the way, is from my
own experience,
my friends' experience, my family, all of that. Just, navigating through different walks of life, how different people react. I've kind of like taken lessons from it. So the more you bottle something up, I feel like, which is understandable, first of all. I understand why people do it. But the fact that you said it needs to be revisited is very true. The more you bottle things up, one, you might have a wrong perspective of something unless you speak to another person, right?
True.
So if I come to you saying, I had a fight yesterday at football, the guy pushed me into the wall, I bugged out, whatever, and then I stopped talking to him to get it, and I can't. That's me at home now. So me deciding I'm never going to speak to this person again, and then a week later I come and tell you, Hashim, this is what happened. I feel like this brother pushed me in front. I don't know. You got into a fight or whatever, and then you explain it to me in a different lens, and you say to me, bro, you didn't even mean it. Maybe he just like tripped over the ball and he pushed you into the wall, but you didn't see it. Do you get it? He's coming to you, you're coming to me from a different angle. That might enable me to see, you know what, subhanAllah, I bugged out for no reason. But I would have never been able to see that lens unless I spoke to you. To get it? So that's one good thing about speaking to others. You might be able to see something from a different lens that you're not capable of at that moment.
That's so true because I'll say, another thing about me as well that I learned and I progressed with is because, back in the day when I was, let's say, 18, up until the point I was like 18, 19, let's just say 22, whatever, yeah? And to the person I am now, I feel like my perspective of different situations have changed. So, like, for example, let's say if a friend was talking to someone, a girl or whatever, and before, when I was during university times, they'd talk to me about it and they'd be like, oh, bro, like, man's really upset about this, da-da-da-da-da. My whole thing, like the way I've been brought up is like, yo, like, man up. Like, bro, it's embarrassing to be that hurt over someone. That's not someone like your relative or something. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So my whole thing was like, I couldn't fathom a guy being so upset about a significant other.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really understand it. But then what I realized is that people deal with things differently.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fine. And it was wrong for me to say to someone, man up, if they're going through like that, because their problems might not seem as big to me, but However, my problems might not seem big to them.
Yeah.
So what I would go through, like let's say like work-wise, they'll tell me like, yo, that's not that deep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? But for me, it's like the situation about girls is not that deep because I can never imagine that.
Yeah.
So I realized that you always have to let someone vent, like, especially when we talk about girl. Like, all right, cool, what happened, bro? Like, you sure you done this correctly? Like, give them some sort of advice that you can give at that moment in time. You know what I'm trying to say? But also leads to what I also want to ask as well. A question is, think about that point as well.
Yeah.
And how I said, like, maybe I'm not the best person to go to. Do you feel like it's important for people to go to get advice from people who've went through similar situations?
Yes, 100%. I think it is very wise for you to go to someone that can relate to you.
Yeah.
And before I get into that,
Yeah.
the point that you mentioned about sometimes sometimes your problems might not be big for someone else.
Yeah.
Why? Because when someone's going through something, like a problem, at that moment in time, it's the biggest thing to them.
Exactly.
To
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
But for the other person or the person that you're venting to, it's just another normal day. They
Exactly.
don't understand the pain that you're going through. They don't understand the emotions that you're going through, and vice versa. If someone comes to me now and says to me, I'm going through X, Y, and Z, or I'm stressing, I need to buy a car, I need to buy a car, I need to buy a car. And then me, for example, let's just say in a situation where I don't have a job or I don't have money coming
You're
in.
stressing about a job.
I'm stressing about a job. I'm thinking, this guy's worrying about a car, bro. I don't even have money to get it.
It's true, Allah.
Huh?
It's true.
So
It reminds me of, it's so funny, innit? GCSEs, like, you know what I'm trying to say? One person gets a A. Oh, I didn't get A star. And a man's here with a C, and I'm like,
yeah.
oh, be happy, bro.
Wallahi, it's
I'm
true.
out here scraping C's. You know
Sah.
what I'm trying to say? So it's all about perspective.
It is, wallahi,
yeah.
that's the main thing. It's all about perspective.
Not to say I get C's in that. You know what I'm trying to say? But anyway, go back to the topic.
Yeah, so the point that I want to drive home is, if you're that person and you want to become someone that's emotionally intelligent, you need to be able to understand and empathize with someone if they come to you with a problem, whether that be your wife, your husband, your mom, your father, your friend, your cousin, whoever it may be, a random stranger. In that moment in time, that person's going through whatever they're going through, and it's the biggest thing to them. However, you're in a good state, for example, let's just say everything's going for you, but there's a reason the person's come to you. You can't shut them down and say to them, okay, it's not that deep. For me, that's one of the worst things to say. Okay, it's not that deep. For you, it's not that deep. But for the other person, it's the whole life to them to get it.
It's true.
Like, for example, if I come to you now and say to you, Hashim, the car example, for example.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm stressing, bro. I need to buy a car, this and that. And you might even have a job to get it.
Yeah.
Even though you don't have a job, you try to help the other person and say, you know what, Akhi, just go about it this way, that way, to get it. That's what the whole...
show effort, basically.
Yeah, showing effort.
Show effort in a
empathizing with them.
conversation, like not trying to shut them down, because I feel like the problem is with a lot of guys is, you know, like I've heard
A
this
lot of
saying.
guys or just people in
I've
general?
heard this saying before, innit? And it's like no one cares. Like no one cares about your scenario.
Yeah.
To an extent, I understand. Don't get twisted. I do understand. Like who cares? Like go and get on with your life. Like to
Yeah.
to the extent, there's like some things I would understand to the extent as a man.
Yeah.
Because like, if you think about it, everyone has their own problems to deal with as well.
I agree.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So to an extent, it's like, all right, cool. They do care. They do want to help. But at the same time, you don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
And I feel like to an extent, I keep saying to an extent, but I not hate stuff for Allah. That's very bad for me to say. Hey, I'm still learning. But I kind of find it annoying when people make their problems their personality.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
As in, like, that's the thing I can't stand personally. Like, maybe you can give me advice on that right now.
Yeah.
So let's say someone going through something,
Yep.
and you know, or let's say the whole life, then people that are like, their personality is always like, I'm going through something. Like grief, not grief stuff for Allah.
I know what you mean.
Like
they're just carrying around with them 24s.
24s,
Yeah.
right? I feel like those kind of people that I kind of distance myself away from, because it's like, you're just dimming my mood. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Of course I want to be there. No, it sounds nuts.
Yeah,
innit?
yeah,
No, but we have to talk about it.
Wallahi, we have
Because
to talk about it.
we have to talk about
This
it.
is the...
It's the thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I distance myself away from people that make their problems their personality.
Yeah.
Where it's like, when I'm talking, it's like, oh yeah, bro, man. Like, I can't even be happy today. Like, it's like 24/7. Don't get twisted. Like, and of course, it depends on the time. Like, for example, let's say someone, my boy, going through a situation with someone else that happened right now. Of course, like for a while, they're going to be upset about it. 100%. You know what I'm trying to say? But it's like, I'll give it more than 6 months after that, like continuously, like always having a need to bring other people down because of their situation. That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Do you think I'm wrong for that?
No, I wouldn't say that you're
No,
wrong.
okay.
Because you have your due right to
Yeah.
feel how you feel.
Yeah.
To get it.
Yeah.
However, if this was me,
Yeah.
I think I'll go about it in a different way.
Not to say that you never helped them. You
No,
do
of
help them.
course, of
Yeah, but
course.
I'm just saying.
Even then, they're just trying to make it like
their personality. Let's say no,
Yeah.
but I'm saying the whole life. Let's say they made up like that person's
If
personality.
it's the whole life, that's a different conversation.
What I'm trying to say is their whole life. Like this person makes their problems their personality. What I'm trying to say is like, it's people that thrive off getting attention from their problems. That's what I mean.
yeah,
Like,
okay.
wallah, let me rephrase it.
Yeah.
It's the people that love attention
Yeah.
from their problems. Like they'll make their problem a situation like 20 years ago, something happened to go. You don't know what I've been through 20 years ago. I swear to God.
I hear it.
I swear to God.
hear it,
I don't know what it is.
I
I just can't do that problem because it's like, I'm like, bro.
No, I understand.
Like, I'm looking at you
Wallah,
sideways.
it's true.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
it's true, it's true.
It's
Wallah,
like,
it's true.
don't get twisted. Like, let's say something happened to them recently and they're going through it.
Yeah.
Of course, you have to let them have his
Yeah,
time.
click
Like, you
the
know what I'm trying to say?
20 years.
Everyone. But like, I'm saying like, they always want attention because of their problems.
There you are.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
What do you feel of that?
Okay. So in that sense, that person is in the wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put it this way. There's two ways of going about this, right?
Okay.
There's one way of you telling the person and advising them, okay, come on. It's been 20 years. You get it. Like, you get me? You get me?
But what advice would you give that person?
So
though?
the other person now,
Yeah.
this is when you need to be smart.
All right.
Clearly, I'm laughing because you're laughing, innit?
Yeah.
But clearly, the brother or the sister's going through it. So the last thing you want to do, the last thing you want to do is make it worse for them.
Exactly.
To get it. I
Exactly.
get you're annoyed. I get you're thinking, yo, what's this guy on, bro? Why is he always just, you get me?
He or she.
He or she.
But we don't show cheese.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Or your sister.
Oh, your life sister,
Yeah,
yeah,
it could be
yeah.
your sister. Like every day you come home, she's still talking about like something that you did a
But that's
year
your sister
ago.
though. You can deal with that, innit?
Yeah, but still, how you deal with people, it's still
Yeah.
standard principle, bro.
To be fair,
You get
but that's the thing though. You need beautiful patience.
We're gonna get into that. Don't
Yeah.
worry. So that's my point. How you deal with someone. By the way, rule of thumb: never ever be a doormat. You have to be. The whole religion is good character,
So,
but that does not mean you have patience and you speak to someone in a soft tone, in a soft spoken way, to the point where they walk all over you.
yeah,
To get it,
yeah,
a believer does not fall into a hole twice,
yeah,
or a believer doesn't get bitten by the same by the snake.
yeah.
By the same snake twice.
Fool me
something
once,
like
shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you.
There you are.
I mean,
That's
wait,
it.
fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Kalam Sahih.
Mm.
Frame that. I might put it on the TV next week. What is it again?
Fool me once, shame on you.
Fool me twice, shame on me. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, one, you advise the person. So this advice can be broad, general to anyone, any situation. So there's a way of going about things when it comes to dealing with people, and I'm going to link this back to how this emotional intelligence works, right? If we're looking at how to deal with a person, it doesn't matter if they're annoying you, it doesn't matter who it is, it doesn't matter if it's your enemy. There's still a way of dealing with people, because why? It's what Islam teaches us. And the best example to look at is who?
Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Alayhi salatu wasalam, how he dealt with
People.
the companions, the people, the Jewish women, X, Y, and Z. And going back to my point, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was never a doormat. He never let anything happen to him except out of wisdom, for example, even when things like that did happen. So there was a verse revealed to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, فبما رحمة من الله لنت لهم ولو كنت فظا غليظ القلب لانفضوا من حولك فاعف عنهم واستغفر لهم يشاورهم في الأمر فإذا أزمت فتوكل على الله. So perhaps, O Muhammad, فبما رحمة من الله, it is from the mercy of Allah that you, O Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, you're kind and merciful and soft-spoken to these people. Had you not been, they would have never taken your word. What does that go to show? The asl here, the main principle, you have to come with good etiquettes and good characters when you're advising someone. It doesn't matter who it is. So this person that you're telling me about, it made his whole life the problem.
No, but it's just an example.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just an example. Whoever it may be, sister, brother, if you can relate to this. How you advise them? فَبِمَا رَحْمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ, is from the mercy of Allah that you are kind and gentle to this person. Then, wallah, if they've actually upset you or whatever, or you just get frustrated.
I mean, you can never show it though.
I know, but I'm saying,
you just have to have like that sabr. innit?
فَأَفْوَنْهُمْ مُسْتَغْفِرْ
Yeah.
لَهُم, seek forgiveness, make dua for them, and advise them saying, Akhi, wallahi, sometimes you have to keep it real,
And
innit?
you have to show tough love, innit?
Yeah, exactly. That's the word, wallahi, perfect. You have to tell them,
You have to like.
brother, come on.
I feel like for a girl, you would understand it more
Yeah.
But for a guy, it's like it's a tough love. And going to us like another topic now.
Wait, before you,
go on.
sorry. So the thing, let me just finish off here. You advise them, you literally say to them in a nice way, come on, like what's going through, why are you still holding on to it, and try to empathize with them. Maybe there's a reason, wallahi, they might be traumatized. Obviously, there might be a reason why they've made it their whole life. But from, what's the word, from the outside view or something like that? From
Outside the box. Or
all right.
outside the box. Outside perspective, go on.
Yeah, outside perspective, it might not seem like they might have genuinely made it their life thing because they're traumatized from it, and maybe all the path that Allah put for you to help them. But you have to be smart about this, anyways, innit? It all
Yeah,
comes down
maybe
to-
maybe that's why you need
get me,
experience and understanding
that.
like
But try help the
to
person.
try to help.
and advise the person and say,
Yeah.
it's been 20 years. Why are you still holding on to? What's the reason? Like, is it genuinely affecting you? Obviously, we're laughing, but on a serious note,
Yeah.
maybe they're actually losing sleep over it.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason that people don't just come out every day and they be depressed. I get it, unless they're attention seeking.
No, but I don't know. Like I feel like, alhamdulillah,
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of have like an understanding where like people are like genuinely going through like trauma,
Yeah.
and people that are
Actually doing it on purpose.
Like I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
that's the difference, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Because
You
I
need
feel
to-
like those kind of people take the mickey out of people
Yeah,
that actually.
100%.
Because nowadays people don't know, like for example, depressed.
Yeah.
Like depressed is a statement that we hear all the time now.
Yeah, but they don't know the reality of someone that's actually
Depressed. And I
Yeah.
feel like people are taking the mickey out of that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm trying to
I
say?
agree.
Because
that's
now
why I said you have to be smart.
To see.
You need to read the room and see if this person actually is doing this for attention or if they actually need help.
Yeah.
And if they do need help, there's ways of going about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
get it?
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like people take the mickey out of people that are depressed because depressed is a statement that everyone just throws around now. So like it's like, yeah, I'm depressed.
Yeah.
Or yeah, I think I'm going through depression. But it's like, do you really understand the people that actually go through depression? Because when they say they're depressed now, it's like no one really cares about it no more. And another thing I was gonna go through was like, how do you feel like someone's life shapes someone's emotional intelligence? Like, for example, would you say certain trauma?
Yeah.
Or because I've seen people.
Yeah.
Not to say I'm experienced, whatever, or I'm what to say, but I'm just going from my examples, right? I've seen people that are older than me that lack that kind of maturity, and however, I've seen people that are younger than me have that same maturity to understand emotional intelligence.
Yep.
And I realized that, would you say some emotional intelligence is also shaped by tribulations and trials that you went through to deal with it?
It is.
Because it teaches you, like for example, grief. Like I'll say people that tend to go through grief have that emotional intelligence because they would understand what it's like to be in those kind of situations. Like, what do you think of that?
So one major factor that plays an important role is how you are raised. If someone came from a background or someone came from a home where they couldn't express their needs, or they felt like their mother or their father didn't show them help when they needed help, that person might become shut down when a problem arises in their future. For example, let's say there's a husband and a wife, okay? And this husband and wife, they have, they have a miscommunication, whatever it is, and the husband says to the wife, or the wife, it doesn't matter who in it, but the other person just shuts down straight away. So they go, you know what, I don't want to deal with this, I need a break, X, Y, and Z. There's a reason why they're going through this.
It's the coping
Why?
mechanism. Yeah.
It's their coping mechanism from what? Their childhood. They came from a home where opening up to their parents wasn't a safe thing for them to do. You get it?
But there's some people that wouldn't think it's a safe thing, but it's also a thing where it's like, I tend to not open up to my parents because it's like I don't want to burden them.
Yeah, but
with the more information.
That's one thing though,
Yeah,
Hashim. That's you don't want it to burden them.
Yeah.
That's you coming from a goodwill.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when you were, I don't know, let's say 8, 9, 10 teenage years.
8, 9, 10 teenage years.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way to, I don't know when.
You mean 12 to, yeah. Carry on.
Okay. Sometimes in the life I'm a bit too competitive in it.
I think sometimes in the life I'm too competitive, it's good to be competitive.
Yeah, okay.
So when you've tried to open up to your parents, for example, and they've shut you down, wallahi, people will think, you know what? I can never open up again. They feel what hurt, and that hurt carries on with them for the rest of their life. Yeah. So when they now meet other people in the future, friendship, marriage, whatever, and then a problem arises and they have miscommunication, the person shuts down. Now the other person, the other spouse, the husband or the wife, will look at this like, I'm trying to solve the problem and you're shutting down. Where's the middle ground? Why? Because the other person
doesn't like to talk about it.
No, the other person came from a background where communication is key.
Yeah.
Like, I want to
okay.
solve this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to help you here. Why are you not thing? But the other person coming from an angle of,
Shut down.
I don't want to talk right now. I need to self-regulate myself.
But
Like,
do you
this
think
is
both
too
is
much
okay
for
though?
me. Yes, it is perfectly fine for both worlds because these are all just your body's trauma responses, all of this stuff, right? There's a whole, wallahi, there's a whole field.
Would
into
you say
this.
you're a person that
Me?
likes to solve things straight away, or you're more like a shut it down person? Give me my time, and then I'll be ready to talk about it.
No. Because I understand both worlds,
Yeah.
I would like to communicate with the person, whoever it is,
Yeah.
and try to resolve the issue.
Yeah.
But now, after learning all of this stuff, after seeing what people have gone through, if someone shuts down now, I know this person needs to self-regulate. There's no problem with you taking time to self-regulate. Khalas, after 30 minutes, we could talk about it.
For me, do you know what I am?
Hmm.
I feel like I've become a person where it's like, let's say if I'm really angry,
Yeah.
I have to be quiet. Like I can't speak because I feel like if I'm scared, I'm
But
scared.
that's good though.
I'm scared to speak and say something that I
You'll
wish
regret.
I will regret.
Yeah, yeah.
And knowing that, so when I'm angry, I'm just quiet, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm quiet because I like to take my time. I like to calm down, and then eventually
Yeah.
speak to the person and try to solve it. Because
Yeah.
I'm not much of a talker person. Like I can't say like naturally, I don't think I'm much of a person that likes to communicate all the time because
Yeah.
I think I'll get eventually tired of communicating.
yeah.
I'm like more like I'll tell you what I am. Before I was black and white. Like this is what it is,
Or
or this. As a man,
Yeah.
that's another topic. I realized with sisters, alhamdulillah, I have sisters. I don't know, but it's like with my sisters. I realized,
With your own sisters, yeah?
yeah, my own sisters,
Yeah.
or every woman I have, whether sister, mum, I've auntie, it's like more emotional thinking.
Yeah.
Whereas men is more logical.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been raised in a way it's like more logical. This is black, this is white.
Yeah.
As a man, this is wrong.
Yeah.
This is big. With a woman, they like to be in a grey area.
Yeah, but
Like
that's...
they
wait,
like
wait.
to be think of their emotions. Like
Yes.
no, but you don't understand. Like da. I'm like, Woof, like
Hold
this,
on,
this is
hold
what
on.
it is.
But this is the whole point
Yeah,
of
even-
this episode.
Yeah, yeah.
Emotional
This
intelligence.
is smart. Yeah,
Guys, you need to...
Yeah.
Please take notes.
Yeah, this is what. So basically, this is what I was.
Yeah.
Especially with for example, like with my sisters, like when I first started practicing the deen, I was very strict, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was very like, this is wrong. Like as a cultural side, because the way I've been raised culturally, I was like, this is wrong. Stop. Like, that's not running in my house.
Yeah.
Stop it. You know what I'm trying to say? And then me and my sister go back and forth, because we're not far off ages in it, so we'll go back and forth. I was like, I'm embarrassed as a man. Like, how can my own sisters? I was like, I'm embarrassed. Not to say they're doing the mad stuff, but it's just like certain little things. I'll be like, I'm embarrassed. Like, I can't even control my sisters, basically. Then I realized
This is going nowhere.
this will go nowhere.
Yep.
Like, it's
Why?
just
Why is it not going anywhere?
because I'm not communicating with them
Yes, in an effective way.
in an effective way. So then I realized. Then I said, Hashim, wait a minute. You start practicing the deen. Study was doing a Sirah class on Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And we were learning about how he used to communicate.
Aywa.
And if you learn how you communicate, beautiful patience, asking them, all right, cool. Like in any situation that's a problem, you have to figure out what is the problem and what is causing the problem.
Yes.
Sah?
100%.
All right, cool. So let's say your sister's not wearing hijab, or your sister is you whatever. For example, your sister
In this case, let's just say for the audience sake,
Hijab.
your sister, your wife, whoever it may be.
whoever, like you're someone not
We're
wearing
just using
hijab.
sister as an
Right,
example.
not wearing hijab. As an example, yeah. All right, cool. What's the reason why she's not wearing hijab?
Yeah.
Like, what's affecting her not wearing hijab? All right, cool. How are you communicating to her? Are you taking to her lessons? Are you going out with her?
Yeah.
Are you the people that go out with your friends and then when you come home, you say, sister, like you're right, and then later on you want like how? Where's the relationship? Because you just live with them right now.
100%.
You know what I'm trying to say?
100%.
So, are you communicating with them? Are you taking them to nice places? Are you taking your mum to nice places? Are you taking your father to nice places? Like,
Yeah.
are you showing them what it's like, what's beautiful about the deen? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, are you taking, like, these lessons you're going back, are you teaching them? Let's say they don't want to go to lessons. They don't feel like the iman is high. All right, cool. Taking them out to breakfast because they all like brunch. And then slowly, like, just start speaking to them.
100%.
And I realized, wallah al-azim, that has been so much more
100%.
effective.
I agree.
So that caused emotional intelligence because
agree.
you know what it is? You understood the problem
Yep.
with communicating.
Yep.
You understood what was going wrong.
Yep.
You understood it's not going nowhere.
Yep.
All right, cool. Have patience. They'll get there. And alhamdulillah, the rest is thing.
Sah.
Even to a point where it's like, you buy them these things.
Yeah.
You buy them these nice hijabs. You buy them these
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
abayas.
yeah.
Then they feel like, oh, my days is so nice. I have to wear it. Wallah, it's so
true,
true.
wallah, it's true.
Wallah, it's so true. So it's like,
And that's just an example of a hijab.
That's just
you
an
could
example
do
of
this
hijab.
with every aspect. I'm going to go back to the point what we were talking about after,
Yeah,
yeah, but this
yeah.
point that you're talking about is
Yeah.
true. An advice that you give, a nasiha,
yeah,
will either get taken in one or two ways. Either it will go into their head or it won't.
yeah.
And if it doesn't, and you genuinely want good for this person,
Don't stress.
don't
Keep-
stress.
keep
you
going.
have to.
It's consistency.
Yeah, wallahi. There's ways of being stern, right? As
Yeah.
a man, by the
Yeah.
way, this is just coming from my perspective.
Yeah.
It's good to be stern.
Yeah,
You need
100%.
to know how to do it.
Yeah.
You can't go from an angle where it's like, yo, what you doing? That's wallahi, it's
Like you
completely
can't wear
wrong.
hijab, like,
It's
and
completely-
also like I understand like the protection you have, but it's like if you go force and you fight with fire, you're only gonna get met with fire.
100%, I agree.
You need a fire
So?
extinguisher.
It's what?
You need a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, wallahi. No,
It's
we're
so true,
laughing
though.
about it, but it's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Because the worst thing that can happen is both of you go back and forth. Whatever's happening, shaitan's going to get involved and it's just going to explode.
Yeah.
And the person's just going to be like,
And
This guy doesn't understand
your sister can't trust you.
yeah. He's like, my brother doesn't even understand what I'm going
Or
through.
your little brother, yeah.
Yeah.
worst thing
I'm
is-
saying the sister's going to think,
Yeah.
my brother, he's telling me to wear the hijab. Why is he forced? He doesn't even understand the struggle we're going
Yeah,
through. Do you get it?
yeah.
And this goes for brother, father, if you're a father, if you're a mother, if you're a husband, if you're a wife. If you want a nasiha to go through to the other person, wallahi, take them out. You don't have to take them out. Just
Spend quality time.
spend quality time with them, build that connection with them,
Yeah,
then
and
try
ma-
to advise them.
and also-
you can't go to someone and say, okay, khalas.
You can't do
No,
this.
that's not me. Wallahi, let me give you an example, yeah? If you watch season 1, episode 1, when I mentioned the story of me stop listening to music, yeah? If I came to you, man, in sixth form, and I said to you, yo, stop, the day I stopped listening to music, and I came to you lot the next day and said, yo, you lot need to stop. You lot are going to look at me sideways and be like, where's my man coming from, bro?
Yeah,
The other week, you
yeah,
get it?
yeah.
Astaghfirullah. Anyway, so look, and then alhamdulillah, our entire friendship group now, no one listens to music.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Illa wahid.
And we'll get this in.
Wallahi, bro, that's
Okay,
what I'm
see.
saying. Like, that's a real life example that me
Yeah.
and you can relate to.
Yeah.
If I came to you lot there and then and said, yo, I'm gonna stop chilling with you, man.
But the
This
key
podcast
thing
wouldn't have been here right
the,
now.
the key thing we're getting from here is with
Be
emotional
patient.
intelligence
Yeah.
is another factor is that, you know, it's knowing how to communicate.
So back to the point I was saying, yeah, before you mentioned this. So the two people, one that's shutting down, one that wants to communicate. You need to understand what the other person, two people, when it comes to two people, two different households. You were raised differently to how the other person was raised differently, especially in marriage. I'm not married, yeah, but I'm just saying from people that I've spoken to that are married and speaking to brothers that are married and speaking to my family members and my cousins that are married, there's one thing I've learned. Me, for example, I was raised in a certain way and the other person, let's say if I'm married, was raised in a completely different way.
True.
She's raised from a household where things were completely different to how my parents raised me.
True.
And when two people come together, you need to understand you're still learning about each other, especially in the beginning stages. Like your toxic traits will come out, her toxic traits will come out, or his vice
Naturally,
versa.
yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
And when me, for example, like I said, I like communicating with things. But I know, for example, if I'm speaking to someone, my friend, my brother, whoever it is, my mom, I've now said, yo, this is concerning. I don't like this, whatever it is. And they've now said, oh, you know what? This argument's getting too much, whatever. I need time. The worst thing that I can do is say, no, or double text them, double call them, and 100 times. Yeah, it's just going to make it worse. Why? The other person's already stressed. But you need to be smart enough to know, yo, this person needs space. But the space can't be something that the other person's taking a piss on. You can't say to me, I'm going to go for a week. That doesn't work to get it, and vice versa. It has to be something that you both agree with. So for me, for example, I understand you need space. The other person also needs to be able to understand and say, you know what?
He wants to
actually
communicate.
just wants to communicate. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong here.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, another principle. It's never you versus the other person. It's you two versus the problem.
Oh.
Do you get it?
Oh.
No, wallahi, it's true.
Oi. Class.
Hang up in the Louvre.
Class.
Wallahi, it's true.
It's true. Wallah.
Because the last thing we want is for shaitan to get in between us, whether it's me and you. For example, God forbid, let's say me and you get into a dispute, yeah? We need to, wallahi, this is a test as well. Everything that you go through with anyone is always a test and it's always a learning curve. It's me and you versus the problem. It is never me versus you. You get it? That's just a principle.
It's true.
It's never you versus your mum. When your mum's telling you, you get it. I don't
That's
know.
so
whatever.
smart because you know I want to get into that, yeah. Because whenever another thing about emotional intelligence, yeah. Whenever you hear something from your mum, you always take it on the chin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like your father, you always take it on
Yeah.
the chin. Like it's also how to communicate with other people. Like with your father, your mum, hey, or like yes, mum, dad, yes, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, as in like, but then whatever,
Yeah.
bro, like class.
Yeah.
Whereas like other people, it's like,
Yeah. Akhi.
I don't know.
See you
like,
later, mate.
See you later. Mate.
See you
You know what I'm
later,
trying to say? or your sisters, your siblings, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like also having etiquette. Also your teachers. Yeah, your teacher, innit?
Yeah, yeah,
So emotional intelligence, another factor is like having etiquette to communicate with the right
Knowing
people.
how to communicate with different people is such a key.
Yeah,
Because the
You
way
can't-
I speak to you is
you
not
can't
how
speak
I'm
to-
going to speak to my father,
exactly.
right?
Exactly.
How I speak to, I don't have sisters, but I'm just saying, if I had a sister, how I will speak to my sister won't be the same as how I will speak to my cousin.
Yeah.
To get it.
Yeah.
Why? Because the relationship is different. How I will speak to you is not how I will speak to my Qur'an teacher.
Yeah, 100%.
To get it.
And I feel like that's another thing that people need to understand. And I was going to say as well, yeah, because we're close to finishing the episode, but I was going to say another factor I would like to add is about communication is knowing who to go to vent to
And when to go to.
and when to go to.
Yeah.
If you know now, if I'm going through problems,
Yeah.
right, and I'm your close friend, I know. But if you know I'm going through problems and you know like nothing's going good for me at the moment, and then you come to me and try, you know, tell me your information, which I will of course love to help, but it's like I'm already going through something,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Or it's like me coming to you, knowing that you're already going through something and telling you, yo, like.
or tell
I
you something
just-
good.
Yeah, like I just got this, I just got a new job.
Yeah.
Like, Allah
Like-
Barik.
Like, I will never hate on you as a friend.
Yeah.
But it's like
Be
you're kind of
smart,
dunking on me.
Be
Like,
smart
yeah.
who you go to.
exactly.
To get it.
And when to go to them.
Yeah.
You know. So I'll say the factors are, you know, knowing who to go to, knowing when to go to them, etiquettes of communication,
Yep.
how to communicate,
Yep.
and what's the best advice. And lastly, what would you like to add for the last point? What do you think about it?
I think, wallahi, the thing that.
Trials and tribulations as well.
Yeah.
Like what affects emotional
No,
intelligence?
one thing that I want to say, yeah, which wallahi just came to my head.
Yeah.
I think the way you communicate with someone, no matter what you've gone through, can either make or break that relationship. It doesn't matter who it's with. If you're having a dispute, especially, and you don't have emotional intelligence or you don't have empathy, wallahi, empathy plays a huge role, especially with our religion.
Yes, I was going to ask you, how would you now relate this to an Islamic side? Like, of course, we're not, you know,
Yeah.
students of knowledge or would you call it ustads or scholars, but like, how would you relate into like a deen side?
Okay, the way I would relate it is
Because there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that can go through. Like Allah doesn't burden us so more than it can handle.
So
So that's one thing we can take. this.
one thing for yourself. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Like you said, Allah does not give you something more than
you can handle
bear.
exactly.
Right? That's the first thing. So if you are going through something, then your first point of action should be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Sah.
The second thing is, if you're the person receiving the information from someone or you're going through a dispute or next time you get into an argument with someone, remember this advice here. This advice is not coming from a scholarly perspective. This is my personal advice that
personal,
I'll give to you.
Yeah.
Remember, especially if you're a Muslim watching this, etiquettes and your mannerisms are the number one things. The whole religion is good etiquettes. You get it? And how you go about things and how you deal with people will either make or break that relationship. Whether it's you forgiving them or whether you're asking for forgiveness, you have to come from a way. You have to, ya akhi, ya akhti, if you're a Muslim especially, you need to, what's the best form of da'wah? It's through your actions, right?
Sah.
You need to be able to show that person, you know what? We've gone through X, Y, and Z. Khalas. Let's put it behind us. Why? Because shaitan is in the middle. You know when two people separate or two people break out, whatever it is, wallahi, shaitan's laughing at them. And people don't understand this. They think that it's them that made this decision.
Yeah.
Do you know this?
Yeah.
But, for example, Allah mentions in the Qur'an how you're meant to, you can't even say uff to your parents in Surah
Sah.
Al-Isra.
Sah.
And what do we say? All of this, all of this, all of that to get it. So my number one advice and the only advice I would give, two advices. One, learn how to speak to different people. Your mom, your father, if you have teachers, Quranic teacher, Arabic teacher, your etiquette should be, or your friends or your family. Wallah, you have to be smart how you speak to people. Why? Because that's going to resolve everything. Your actions alone will. If you came to me right now, Hashim, wallahi, me and you had a dispute, and you came to me genuinely and said to me, you know what? You called me and said, yo, I'm outside, let's go out. And I'm thinking, I don't want to see you. Yeah, I get it, but if you actually put an effort and you go about it in such a nice way, the other person's heart will melt. You get
True,
it?
it's
And you
true.
actually have a pure intention to resolve the issue, I think you can get me.
There's a lot of like things we can, you know, learn from this episode that goes into so many. And I feel like it's a topic that we could talk about for ages.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
but of course we have to wrap it up. And one thing I want to say as well, yeah, I check up on people. You know, don't be that person that expects people to check up on them if you don't do it yourself. You know, so like call people, like people you haven't spoken to in a long time, like, you're still your friends, check up on them, like, it goes a long way.
100%.
Even the people that say, yeah, like, I don't really care, like, Wallah al-Adim, like, you check up on them, yo, what are you saying, bro? Like, genuinely, like, how are you? Wallah will go a long way.
Oh, wallah, on that point, call someone. If you can't call them, voice note them.
Yeah,
If you can't voice note them,
just message them.
send them a text.
It
Those
won't
three
take,
orders.
it won't take a lot.
In that order, though, try and call the person.
Yeah.
If you can't get through to them, send a voice message. Why? The person can hear your emotions through a voice note.
Yeah.
Khalas, if you've tried that, the next step is to text message. And if that's
Also, like,
then,
Wallah, I can think about another topic right now and
What?
go for ages.
what is it?
It's like, you can tell when someone's going through something
Mhm.
by their actions.
Mhm.
Like, if you really think about it,
attention.
if you pay attention,
Yeah.
like someone that always wants to be outside,
Yeah.
or someone that always, never wants to be at a certain place.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
trying
agree,
to
I
say?
agree.
So you could tell, like, for example, we were speaking about a situation about someone, and we're just talking about how genuinely, like, how everyone's outside, like, maybe people need to be more focused on their on their lives, and, like, actually excelling, right?
Yeah.
But then, like, instead of just always being outside, just doing, like, unnecessary stuff. But then if you deep it,
Yeah.
you don't know if that person's run away from something.
No,
you
100%.
don't realize, like, if he goes back home, what is he really thinking about? And that's so important.
Wallah is very true.
Wallahi, by someone's actions, or by the way they're communicating, or by the way they're, all of a sudden, you don't hear from them. Like, they're not messaging in group chat. They're not messaging. Even your parents, wallahi, pay attention. Like, you don't know the stress they go through because of, we're just focused on our own lives. They're also human,
Yeah. It's
What?
It's
the first time.
Yeah. It's the first time
Wallahi,
living
but
as
they
well.
also live a life. We just be, oh yeah, they went through life already. No, they came to the
that's true.
country. The majority of us are, from like first generation, I'll say. So, like, our parents came from other countries, and as in our home countries, and they're going through the same thing we're going through. They're trying to make ends meet,
It's true. Wallah.
So it's a lot, man.
It's hard out here for everyone, innit?
Wallah, it's
You
hard
just
out here,
have to
so-
be- Why would you want to make things worse for someone? Like, what do you actually get out of it?
Yeah,
to get it?
nothing.
Wallah, it's not. You get me?
So, like, I'll say, like, just focus on these things, and yeah. But anyway, thanks for listening. If you don't want a part 2, 100% we can do one.
I think we should.
I think we should
if
do a
they want-
part 2 with an ustad
or someone. Yeah. I agree.
or someone knowledgeable,
Yeah.
because because obviously we would like to give you, like, Islamic knowledge, but at the same time we're not students of knowledge, and we don't want to make mistakes,
100%.
and we don't want to mislead you lot, because that's so important to us,
Yeah.
because we don't want to put on a platform we're just talking.
Wow,
And-
you're just so emotionally intelligent, brother.
Nah, it's like
I'm very-
we learned it from this.
No,
though.
I'm joking, of
You know,
course,
wallah,
of
we've
course.
learned from this. Like, so if you don't want a part 2 with someone of knowledge, 100% we can facilitate that. And with who? Let us know.
And
Without
what
further-
topics? And what topics?
and topics.
Because I know there's sensitive topics like trauma, like this happened, and this, like, there's a lot of sensitive topic that
Yeah.
I think other people will be more benefit. It
will benefit them.
It befits them to talk about than us two.
Exactly.
You get it. So if you guys
Exactly.
want to talk about that, let us know what kind of stuff, even anonymously. Let us know.
Yeah.
And then inshallah we'll try.
Just
to
message
facilitate
us.
it.
Like,
Or the
and-
comments below, whatever it is.
And also, what was I gonna say is, we're just talking from our own personal experience and what we went through personally,
Yeah.
or what we've learned, or what we've seen. But alhamdulillah, great episode, brother.
It's been a pleasure. 1-0 to me, by the way. Don't forget.
1-0. Next episode, run it back.
Next episode, we're going to run it back.
Without further
inshallah.
ado, salam alaikum, and peace out. Peace out. See you later. Peace out, not my thing. I can't like that.